Okay, so the sun gear for the Planet 3 comes in two parts. Okay, there's the splines and there's the base. And I press fit these together and even knock them slightly with a gentle tap of the rubber mallet. But there is a little notch here on the side, which is a protrusion. Okay, it's right here, which has to correspond to this hole. Okay, and when you align the two and press them together, there needs to be this kind of sound, and it needs to click all around. And then when you look at it towards the wall, there can't be any gap between the teeth of the sun gear and the sun gear base. Okay, and then you will just press fit onto the hub just by pressing all around. Okay, as I showed in the video. Now, if you check the gap between the rotor and the sun gear, if it's in the air at any point, let's say like this, that's not good. Okay, you need to bottom it out. You need to press it all around until you feel there's no gap. Okay, at the same time, when you rotate the end cap, it rotates completely freely because the hole on these splines is 22.8 millimeters, while the end cap itself at the lower, larger diameter is 22.43. Okay, so there's actually no force on these teeth which would pull them out or remove them from the Planet 3. Okay, what happened with your device, as you showed in the video, is you made a mistake during the installation of the ring gear, which is this part. Okay, as I show in the video, it's very important to press centrally, but then what you did was just, okay, and then I press like this. And that's not the proper installation depth. Because what actually happens, which you can see in your ring gear, your splines of the sun gear were making contact with the ring gear. You can see that this surface here is very shiny because I made mine do the same thing just to see what would happen. Okay, and once this happens, these teeth will get warm. As they warm up, they will start to expand, and then they can pop out of the hole. The Planet 3 is designed so that there is a 0.2 millimeter gap between this surface and the top surface of the splines, and also between the top surface of the sun gear on the external edge and these teeth of the ring gear. Okay, so when you install the Planet 3 ring gear, you just pop it on, and then it's very important to get the installation depth correctly. And the installation depth is correct when this vertical edge of the ring gear will overlap the lower vertical edge of the sun gear. Okay, so I will do this. Okay, okay, and then you align this edge. Just keep looking over here. Tack. You can see it's in the air here. And just keep rotating and pushing centrally here on the bevel surface. Okay, and now if you spin the empty device, it will make no sound at all. Okay, because the two parts are not in contact. The only thing that would make the sound was the white planet traveling around. But if you just press this down completely, you can hear this. And there is friction between the teeth here and the teeth centrally. Okay, this will warm up the whole part, and it will also try to rotate the ring gear. Once that happens, the press fit that's holding it on the hub end cap, which was loose for you, will become loose because this part is actually trying to rotate around the end cap, because the end cap will be stationary when the axle is tightened in the bike. Okay, so that was just a user error on the installation. Also, what happens is, because these parts get hot, again, friction being what it is, will just enlarge this hole. Okay, so it's very important that with the replacement device that I will send to you, you will do this empty device test. Install without the Planet, get the proper installation depth, and it has to be silent. Then you will keep your finger on the ring gear, on the hub end cap, pull this ring gear out, then you will pop on the little Planet here, make sure that it's engaged, and then reinstall to proper installation depth. Okay, the damage to the Planet happened because these teeth, as they warmed up and tried to get out of the hole, they were in the air and the planet could go beneath them. That's why the planet sustained damage, okay? One more note. When I said in the previous video that you have to hold your finger here on the end cap before you try to pull this off, there's also a specific reason for this, okay? Because look at what's happening to the end cap if I just pull on the ring gear. Okay, stay there. Just look at the top of the end cap. Okay, you can see that it's moving along with the ring gear. And then, if I press this down, look at this. Okay, it was not up in the air too much, but what can happen is the end cap can go up when this press fit is still good and new, and then as you pull this up, it will actually try to pull these teeth out. If that happens, it's important to push the end cap down and then verify all around the teeth that they are still clicked into place, that there is no gap between them and the sun gear. That's the important part also. So you start with the wheel out of the bike, obviously, and then you will just remove the ring gear, okay, and remove the planet, okay, so planet comes out of the device. Then just reinstall the ring gear, and now the important step here is to install to the correct installation depth, which we showed in another video. But when that's done, you try to do this, okay, you spin the end cap, and there's absolute silence. The only thing you can hear are the hub bearings inside, okay? And now this wheel will go back into the bike. If at all possible, I would like you to lock the derailleur cage forward and avoid the chain line completely, okay? So the chain has to be here, so that the cassette actually does not go into the chain. And then you just pop the wheel back in. Okay, and even this is enough. Like when we try to rotate, you can just hear a little bit of the disc scrape because the axle is not tight, and this is what we're actually testing for. Okay, so insert the axle and start tightening, and as you approach the snug point where it provides a resistance, let's say right here, okay, you will spin the wheel by hand and then tighten the axle fully. Okay, now here you can hear my brake pads, but the Planet 3 is absolutely silent. Now if there's this sound, that means something is scraping inside. That means the frame is squeezing the device. You can look at it from the rear, like right from here, and you can tell if any part of the frame is touching the raised bevel surface or the external surface of the ring gear. If that's so, then we have a problem.